welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tisha. I am a full-time stay-at-home homeschool mom, and today we're going to talk about tips on how to be the best stay-at-home mom and homeschool mom that you could possibly be. Now, we know that there is no such thing as being the perfect stay-at-home or work from home or a homeschool mom, but here are a few tips that I believe will help you. First, let me give you a disclaimer. It is currently 12:36 p.m. in the afternoon. I am currently trying to straighten up my house and cook dinner for my children before they get out of school. And here's the thing. I went to bed at a reasonable hour last night. I stayed up to watch Meg the Stallion, her documentary on Prime, which was amazingly sad. And I fell asleep towards the end, towards chapter 3 of the documentary, and I fell asleep twice right there of the documentary. I woke up because, of course, it's election night. I wanted to see what was going on, and I woke up at a very pivotal moment, the moment where everything was getting ready to be announced. It was about 1:45 a.m. and I watched the announcement, and I nudged my husband and told him to wake up because this is what's going on, and we just couldn't go back to sleep. We were restless. We couldn't go back to sleep. It was suddenly hot in the room, suddenly stuffy, and we just kind of got up and started moving around and starting to pray and just talk about a few things. And I have been up since 1:45. About 30 or 40 minutes ago, I decided to take a nap. I think I took a nap around 11:30. I slept from 11:30 to 11:56. So almost 30 minutes of sleep. So you guys, I am working on 30 minutes of sleep and no makeup. And I didn't comb my hair. The only thing that I have done this morning is to wash my face, brush my teeth, and put on some moisturizer. That is it. But I wanted to make sure that I got this video out because I wanted to remain as consistent as possible. So I hope that you're enjoying this video. Now, if you have any concerns or questions, please leave those questions in the comments below. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what's on your mind, and then tell me some things that you want me to discuss here on this weekly vlog. Now, if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and click that button and then hit that bell so that you can get all the notifications that you need to receive videos just like this weekly. I am here for you guys, but right now, I gotta go. I hope that you enjoy the remainder of this video, and I'm gonna go and finish cleaning up and try to look presentable for the day. And also, I am very hungry. So until next week, enjoy the video first. Enjoy the video. It's coming right here. But I'll say it again at the end of this video. See you guys next week. And let you guys watch me cook, but that is not gonna happen because I got too much moving. And the girls that do the videos where they're moving around and cleaning and things like that, I cannot do it. Okay? The angles, it's gonna take so long that I could be finished doing what I gotta do by the time I get all the angles together. But so we talked about using my time wisely. I didn't use a lot of that time wisely to get a lot of things done that I could have got done early on as a stay-at-home mom. But I really learned that lesson as I got a little bit older. Sometimes time gives wisdom, but sometimes experience also gives wisdom. In this case, I think it was more the experience and not wanting to miss those opportunities again. So when my children were little, there was a lot of time that I could have really capitalized on their littleness, like showing you how I shopped when they were smaller children, as opposed to when I'm shopping now because the clothes are so much cheaper as they're getting older, as opposed to when they were like little kids and the clothes was a lot more expensive, a lot pricey, and then I had to buy 3 of everything. So 3 pants, 3 pair of Pampers, three pairs of socks at a time, 3 packs of socks at a time, things like that. I wish I had have capitalized on those moments, as opposed to now where you may be seeing me shop for my children right now, and it's a lot cheaper and it's a lot different because now I try to shop in sections for them. So one girl gets this week, another girl gets next week, a boy gets this week, another girl gets, I try to break it up like that so that I can keep my mind together and also I can keep my money in my pocket. Number 3, being a stay-at-home mom, I think a lot of times, one thing that we have to be careful of is not being a prisoner to our house, because we are at home a lot. I remember last year, and this is the first time this has ever happened to me, but when we first moved into this house, we had this house built, and we moved in December 2019, and COVID hit. So for the first 2 years of living here, I was in the house. We didn't do a lot of traveling. We didn't have a lot of guests. We didn't get to show people our house. Things needed to be fixed or whatever. We had to do it ourselves. We spent a lot of time in our house. And I asked my mom the other day, well, this was like last year, and I really had to pray about this, because soon as I would round the corner to my house, and before this time, I loved coming to my house. I love coming home. I love having a house, but every time I would round the corner to my house, it was a sense of sadness that would come upon me, because I knew that if it was Sunday, getting ready to be Monday, I probably wouldn't leave the house until Tuesday afternoon. Or if it's Thursday leading to Friday, I probably wouldn't leave the house until Sunday, because it was bits and pieces of time where I was so accustomed to staying in the house that I allowed the house to become like, just like a crazy shelter for me. It was like a really, really crazy shelter for me. And then when, so we moved in 2019, and then 2020, when all of the things that happened with the civil unrest, Anthony was on order, so he would work he had a civilian job at that particular time. So he would work his civilian job in the mornings, and he would go to work at maybe like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and he would get off at maybe 2 o'clock. We would see each other for maybe an hour, maybe we didn't, and then he would work at the Air Force Base at night, and we would not see him maybe until 11 or 12 o'clock at night. And so I was at home a lot by myself, and then he got his job at the Air Force, and it was a lot of traveling. So we spent a lot of time away from each other, and I just kind of cocooned myself into my house, and it was becoming a place that I almost hated. Like, I almost hated to come home. My house, the way it sits and the colors that we put in, there are times where the house can be really, really bright and the sunlight comes in, but on days like today where the sun is not out and the seasons have changed and the time has changed where it's getting darker earlier, whatever, it can bring a sadness. It will bring a sadness to me where I was almost pining about being in the house constantly. And so I had to relearn how to celebrate my house and think of it as a way of comfort instead of, I'm gonna be in here for a very, very long time. And then learning to get out of the house, learning to set the boundaries when it's time to get out the house, and not just welcoming company in my house as much as I was, but getting outside of the house to breathe, and then letting the house breathe, and creating spaces in the house where we can go and we can share. Another thing, if you are a homeschool mom, we had created one room in our house, which was an extra bedroom that we created to be the homeschool room. Once we transitioned to co-op, we left the tables and the chairs and the bookshelves in that room, but we took the bed out and we added couches and a TV, and we made it like a playroom for Piper, a hangout room for the kids. And if they needed to do their homework, there was a table, and if they needed to practice violin or piano, there was space available for them to do that. Now, that is my oven. Now, because we had homeschooled in that room for 2 years, the kids hated to go back there because their sense of the room was, I've got to do work in the room. Now, I have tried to go in and fix the room in such a way that it was cozy, especially for times like this. I'm gonna have to hurry up. For times like this, when the time has changed, and it's cooler temperatures or whatever, making the room a little cozy for the children and making it more inviting. So if you have a homeschool place that is dedicated for homeschool and your kids hate it, change it. Change it up, because your house should be a place of comfort and not a place where the kids do not want to hang out. Using your time wisely, not sleeping all day, finding every moment that you can, if you have time, to do something that is advantageous to either you or to your household. The next thing make your house a place of refuge and not a place of hiding. Another reason why I think my house became like this, it was COVID, it was all of the traveling that Anthony did, but I experienced a pregnancy during COVID, and nobody knew I was pregnant until I had the baby. And so my house was my shelter. My family knew, of course, but I had a few friends that knew, but my house was my shelter, and I spent quite a lot of time just in the house. And even after I had Piper, I was just in the house because, we didn't know what was going on. We still didn't know what was going on. And just kind of like, we weren't going to church or anything. So anyway, and then making spaces for your children to want to experience home. Now, I did talk a lot about home and making your house a home and how to make your house a home, but this involves who you are and what you are putting out into the earth. These are some things that can help you to be a better stay-at-home mom, a better wife to your husband, and a better mother to your children. I hope that these tips helped you on your journey. If you want to be a stay-at-home mom, if you're considering it, if you're considering homeschooling your children, I hope these tips helped you. And I will see you guys back Saturday. See you guys Saturday.